Hey everyone, Kane here, and in this video we're gonna check some of my dual tower fights and what I kind of managed to do with Warmakers main. So I fought quite a few people, I think majority of them above 15 million. So this one I likely could have won, but the friggin' Rakan archers turned sideways and started melting majority of my heroes. I did like almost managed to clear out the burst, and then I would have pincered the archers since nothing was in range to kill them. But man, like those friggin' Rakan archers are just friggin' crazy, bro, if they turn sideways. Then I fought a dwarf, 15 million, seemed not too hard. Then, of course, these random friggin' 17 millions whose frontline I can't even clear. Like, I did a lot of damage, but man, that damage was friggin' out heal. Look at this friggin' barrel roll, bro. And then, of course, we're gonna talk about this fight in particular. And this one, majority of our fields kind of, I suppose, were removed. And I had, like, what, one DPS hero, which was Nora. The thing is, I didn't have Arcanate on Avril on this one, and I had on Raxius, and Raxius died almost instantly, or after 8 seconds, I think, and I didn't even manage to cast his stuff. So yeah, that was kind of a loss. In terms of this fight, this person is 16.5 million core compared to 13, so let's take a look at what he did wrong, so perhaps he could improve. So in terms of formation, first thing and foremost, he has this side acting like a burst side, right? However, he has heroes such as Nora, such as, well, Ophidia is pretty close to the dragon, I guess, but you have Arian, you have, say, Raxius, you have Rufio, Avril, a little bit further away from the burst side. And if you do happen to split majority of the DPS, you're not gonna really be performing that well in terms of PvP or beating other people. So it is like splitting your DPS 50-50, or this is like a semi-burst and he's focusing on archers doing damage, which in some cases you can say yes, but in majority of the other cases, I'm not sure. I don't really think splitting the DPS is like one of the better things. So in terms of pets, basically similar level of pets. Dragon, he has a pretty decent dragon in terms of power. The greater abilities, he has only Draconic Blessing, so if I was on his burst side, likely this dragon would have died instantly. In terms of talents, he has Destruction tier 4 and Affliction tier 4, compared to me only having, of course, Aura Blast and Dragon Scale, and tier 4 Destruction, and only tier 1 Affliction at the moment. Excuse me. In terms of frontline, 4.5 million HP swords, the only thing which kind of surprises me is that he doesn't have a decent amount of healing received or enemy crit rate reduction. So I'm not sure what he's focusing on in Covenant for Swordman, but either this stat or this stat has to be relatively high due to that particular feature. So perhaps he's over raising magic resistance or something like that. Perhaps he's focusing evade chance, which doesn't really mean much. Something is pretty much wrong with his Covenant, which could have like a side effect in terms of his Swordman performing. So that probably has to be looked into. Then in terms of archers, his archers seem to have a pretty decent attack value. In terms of stats, I think the stats are pretty good. I've seen quite a lot of people either run attack speed archers with a high crit and 200% crit damage, or a little bit less attack speed and high crit damage, like 300, 350, or 400, or something like that. So I suppose it's decent, though some archers also have, like, I don't know, 250% accuracy. So I'm also not sure what he's raising in Covenant for archers. he would require like physical attack, physical damage rather. Attack speed is also or could be one of the options, and then of course crit damage. I mean, if he happens to get a healing received in there, could potentially help out as well in terms of archers not dying instantly. In terms of heroes, he has most of the heroes level 70, so it should have been pretty easy for him if he did make a proper burst sight. Now, I didn't check his heroes, but it seems his Rufio is fine. I suppose Ophidia is fine. I suppose Nora is fine. Avril is somewhat fine. So I think some stuff that he has set up should be okay from what I can tell. One moment, just checking. So pretty much majority of the stuff that he has and set up could be able to beat someone like me. So again, I have a Balrog with this setup, and of course Warmakers main. Of course, I have Intimidation tier 9, and it will be a pretty huge thing in this fight. So damage done, almost 4 million Valerie, 2 million or 2 million Avril, yeah, and 1.3 million Arian. So in terms of his side, he has 1.2 million Valerie. That is what happens when you split like debuffers or buffers into somewhere else. The mages don't really tend to perform as well. Has Badgering at 1.2, and his archers didn't really do that much. Damage taken. His swordman took a lot of damage compared to my skeletons. And then healing done, as you can see, the friggin' Warmakers main on a level 65 Balrog, do keep in mind. And I'm about 1 month from making him level 70. So, my god, this is friggin' crazy. And in terms of Azure Dragon, his Azure Dragon performed incredibly well. Like, this amount of healing I don't really see on units like Swordmen or Archers to be healing that much. And of course, his Balrog did a decent amount to assist in tanking. So, let's go and check what happened. Alright, so we're gonna have a bit more effects. I tried reinstalling to reduce the size. Apparently, I can play somewhat half graphics right now. So, let's see. He tagged my dragon first thing. I casted Valerie first against Stalside. Casted Avril somewhere here, as you can see, scratching the archers. And I will try jumping with Rufio. Barely made it in time because I think I got declicked a couple of times. And his swordmen are kind of falling. And as you can see, none of my skeletons are actually falling that fast compared to his. His swordmen are almost dead, and this is pretty much the power of the friggin' Warmakers main. Think only a couple of these skeletons managed to hit invincibility, while I'm already clearing or half cleared his other swordman squad. So now I think he has that mage set on Arian, so it's gonna take a little bit. And then they're gonna pincer the archers. I think I cast Raxius, yeah, to just stun them. Then I casted Avril on this location, and as you can see, stuff is burning, and pretty much the archers are gonna slowly fall. While again, he still hasn't even come close to clearing my stall side. So he did manage to clear almost one or another squad of my skeletons due to the archers. But pretty much the side that he has to clear them to, you know, get a pincer move or whatever, he doesn't have that done. And pretty much this keeps his Valerie, his Sizo, his other DPS pretty much occupied on skeletons instead of being able to focus the dragon or stuff like that. And pretty much this is a slow fight towards a win. I still have frontline, I still have my mages up. I think I would cast the tag ability on the dragon, but I don't have a tag ability. I think my 2 heroes with tag died, And pretty much I would want to tag Tisafin or Saizo so they would die, so my dragon doesn't get sniped, but pretty much that's it. So a few improvements, a few changes for him to make a proper burst side with buffers, debuffers instead of split on entire field, and he would be able to perform a lot well, especially with so many heroes level 70. Like, the only heroes level 70 I have are a few mages and still leveling Gazel so he doesn't die as quickly. I mean, a level or two may be there to have less chances to proc his invincibility and last at least a couple of seconds longer. But I'm likely just gonna reset him to like 60 or whatever and then just upgrade some gladiators. But yeah, pretty much only mages and some necromancers level 70 compared to full field level 70. So pretty huge difference, and you know, have to always adjust and change to improve and increase in dual tower. Probably I'm gonna try out a little bit more in terms of dual tower and likely gonna hit closer or over 4,300. And that still has quite a few days left in the season, so perhaps I might even make it to like 4,350 sometime, or the maximum, or before it finishes. Kind of looking forward to it. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, do hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. Thanks for watching. Take care and stay safe out there.